What I'm going to do, Jeff wanted me to talk a little bit about our scramble type defenses, what we call 32 and 42. Just let me do does this work? Okay. All right. I'll try to give you something. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you exactly what we do. And hopefully you can find something there that you like. If you don't like it, perhaps it'll give you an idea of something that can help you. But just for instance, let me see where this thing writes. All right, 20, I need to go a little more, 30 and 40. The defensive system at North Carolina, 20 series is man-to-man, straight man-to-man. 30 series is a double team on the dribble. And a 40 series is a double team on the pass. So if we make a basket, what you do when you're playing for us is the point guard must sprint to the center circle. He's getting back for defensive balance on the shot. All right, and if the shot goes in, he's given this signal right here this past couple of years. This was a signal for 32. 2 hands up in the air. Open palm means it's a dribble. If we score and he wants to give a 40 signal, it's both hands up in the air again to signify double team, but both hands are closed, so we're going to double the first pass. All right, now our 20 series, 22 is half court. 23 is 3/4 court, and 24 is full court. Okay, so there are different times. If it's out of bounds, we can say 24, 24 we can pick up. If we want to pick up 3/4 court, we'll say 23. If it's just a missed shot, we are running back, trying to make sure to protect the basket and try to pick up at the 10-second line. That's half court. All right, so 30, we have 32 is half court. 33, second digit, is 3/4 court. And we don't have 34 because the referee full court shouldn't let them dribble it in bounds. If they do, you're going to lose anyway, so don't worry about it. Okay, so 40, 42 is half court. 43 is 3/4 court. And 44, the second digit tells you it's half court, 3/4 court, or full court. So we have a lot of defenses, but it's just the pickup point is what you're talking about. Now then, you have to understand, to play multiple defenses, you're not going to be the best. Bobby Knight used to say, I'm going to play one defense, we can play that one defense, we can be the best at that, as opposed to spreading ourselves and trying to play 3 or 4. Baseball pitchers, they bring in the guy who's throwing 95 miles an hour to take the place of the guy who's throwing 80. Change for change's sake is good. We don't do this as much as Coach Smith did when he coached. I don't do it as much now when I first became a head coach. But I will tell you one thing, under my desk, under the glass on my desk, I have 3 5x7 cards already that at the top of it says 2007, 2008. It's ideas, things that we are going to do that we didn't do as well this year. And one of them says we are going to change defenses more next year. And next year you watch us play, it won't be 22 half court man-to-man pressure all the time. We may have a 3-1-1 ratio, which means we'd play 22, our half court man-to-man 3 plays, a scramble 1 play, and a zone. We're going to play a zone 1 play. I told my assistants, somebody when they come back next year on October 13th, better know how to coach his own defense. If there's not one of them that knows how to play zone defense, we'll flip, find out who was supposed to do it, and then we'll fire that guy. Okay. But somebody's going to know how to teach his own. But we're going to change it up because I do believe that it's worth it. And this is after 19 years of when I first started. We did scramble a lot. We did do something like that 3-1-1, some games even 2-1. And just depending on the quality of the other team. The better the other team's guards, the less effective a scramble could be. When we played against Indiana's team when Coach Knight was there, or Texas Tech, we had some success against them because we were tough enough to try to understand you're going to have to run through screens for 30 seconds. And that's the way we played. But we didn't double team a lot because he was the kind of coach that wanted you to double team because it created some openings at the same time. So you have to make that decision yourself if you want to double team. Because it does, if you've got 2 guys guarding 1, that means there's 3 guys of your team to guard those other 4. So it does create some opportunities both ways. But one thing it does is it takes them out of their offense. For us, defensively, we have 3 or 4 goals defensively. Our first goal, our first objective defensively is to steal the ball. We want to steal the ball and go down against your defense before it's set and hopefully have a chance to get a better shot. Our second objective or goal defensively is to give you one bad shot. I used to say give you an outside shot over our hands for us to get the rebound. And then I figured out it's just easier to say one bad shot. All right? The third thing we want to do defensively is we want to speed the tempo up. And one way to speed the tempo up is not allow you to run your offense. When I was a high school coach, I told you for 5 years, at the end of those last 3 years, we made up a t-shirt. And we had a defensive player of the week. And the defensive player of the week received one of those t-shirts. And on the front it said Warhorse Basketball, and on the back it said, when was the last time they ran their offense? And it was that kind of attitude. You don't want to let somebody run their offense. We lose to Georgetown this year in a round of 8. We never could take them out of their offense. Both teams played at a very high level defensively. First 33 minutes, we shoot 57%, they're shooting 55%. All right, but neither one of us were doing as good a job as we need to defensively. We weren't taking them out of what they wanted to do. And then we make one of our last 23 shots. If you want to figure out how to way to lose, make one of 23. How about one of the reporters said, Coach, have you ever had a team go 1 for 23? I said, crap, I'm coaching at North Carolina. If you think I had a lot of teams go 1 for 23, I wouldn't be here. You know, it's that kind of thing, but that's what it was. The last 12 shots in regulation, we made one out of our last 11, and he missed the first 12 shots in overtime. It's a hard deal when you say you had the last shot to win the game, which we did in regulation. We had the last shot to win the game and lose by 12. But it was something there. But you've got to make a decision that if you want to take them out of their offense, scrambles are some things that can help you do it. So we're going to change for change's sake. We're going to do some things to try to keep them off balance. All right, now then, I'm going to draw a line. Look how pretty that looks on that piece of paper. All right. If we're doing 32, and 32 is what at the end of the basket, if that basket goes in, that's what the quarterback signals. Whatever his signal is means we're picking up at half court. On a free throw call, we may say 33, or we may say 44 or 43. But if it's a hand signal after a basket, we're getting back to stop their fast break, so we pick up at the 10-second line. So if this was the signal, it's 32. If this was the signal, it's 42. What I think we'll do is draw it up here on the paper, and then we'll get the kids out here and try to show it to you on the court as well. All right, let's just say it's 32. All right, I'll put it right over here. Okay, you can't see that. So, all right, one man here. We'll put 2 there, 3 there, 4 there, 5 in the corner. And we'll put them anywhere. All right, if 32 is the call, we're going to double team the first dribble across the 10-second line. So the defensive player, as a matter of fact, give me 2 guys, 2 point guards. One guy on offense, one guy on defense. Grab a ball. Thank you. All right, what's your name? Brett. Brett? Yes, sir. Okay, you came inside. Give Brett the ball. What's your name, sir? Alex. All right, Brett's on offense. Alex's job, he gave the signal. This is 32. He must plant his feet right on the 10-second line. He's got to be right here. All right, Brett's coming. He is not going to run over me. I'm going to stay here and make him go in one direction. And then once he goes in that direction, I cannot allow him to come back. All right, so there's 2 ways to do this. I'm going to teach you the easiest way to teach it, and then we'll talk about the other. All right, so Alex puts his feet on the line. All right, Brett, don't bounce it because we want the noise right now. Just say you come and go either way. All right, boom. All right, stop right there. Now then, everybody takes a picture. If we had a Polaroid, we'd take a picture. Now everybody knows what they're going to be. All right, in this scenario right here, X1, X2's up the line a little bit in good initial position. X3's up the line a little bit, good initial position. X4's up a little more. X5 is there. Okay? Now then, we know as soon as he steps across the 10-second line who's going to be what, because we're running and double teaming the dribble. We're running from in front. Okay? So X2 comes and runs at his outside shoulder. All right? And then those are the 2 double teamers. So we got to have someone in this spot to be an interceptor, somebody in this spot to be an interceptor, somebody in that spot to be a goaltender. Okay? All right, who's the closest to this spot right here? Is X5, so he would move up to that spot. Who's the closest to this spot? Is X3, he would take that. X4 would move back as a goaltender. So X1 and X2 are the double teamers. X3 and X5 are the interceptors. X4 is the goaltender. All right, now give me two more guys out here to be on this wing over here. A wing player and somebody guarding him. What's your name?
Trey.
Trey? All right, Trey, you be on offense. What's your name?
Julian.
Julian, you be on defense. All right, so Julian, as soon as he sees that, he's running at his outside shoulder. All right? Brett's right hand. Let's say right to where you are. He's got to run at his outside shoulder. If he splits in here, this is Alex's fault. Okay? If he gets outside of him right here, Julian's got to keep going, and those two guys corral him and get the dribble picked up. Okay? Trey is here. What is the most obvious pass? Is to the guy who just had his man leave. All right, give me two more guys here, two big guys. Or so-called big guys. Yeah, you guys look like big guys I had at Owen High School. Okay, what's your name?
Brett.
Brett?
Ross.
Ross, let's say Ross is on defense. When the ball was up there, Ross was right here. All right, now then, as soon as that as soon as that defender, the double teamer leaves, all right, the interceptor's got to leave. All right, Ross? Just want to make sure you hadn't changed your name. All right, Ross gets into this spot right here. And what's your name again? Brett. Got two Bretts? Okay. All right, so Brett now is open, but that's going to be a hard pass right there. All right, so we have two double teamers. When the double teamer left, this guy, the next man in line who's going to be the interceptor, he has to leave. All right, so Trey is there, Brett's there. Offensively, we don't worry about them yet. All right, give me two other guys. There'll be three-man over there. Didn't I have three drawn up on the wing over here? All right, come over here on this side. All right, you're on offense. What's your name? Blake. All right, now then Blake knows that he's got to get into this interceptor spot, so he's right already here. All right, now give me two other guys down here as a four-man. I'll have to ask your names a couple of times, but hopefully I'll get them. All right, now then, who's on offense? You on offense? What's your name? Josh. Scott. All right, so Scott's got to get back into this area right here. All right, now we have everybody in their spots, okay? We have two double teamers, we have two interceptors, and we have a goaltender. If Brett were to start still trying to keep his dribble alive and he's coming this way, all right, Julian and Alex have to keep going with him, like I say, until they corral. We don't want somebody else coming up here as a third double, because then it's a triple. We don't want that. Those two guys have to stay with him until they get him contained. All right, now then, let's say they get the dribble picked up right there. Come here on offense, come flying into what we call the post-up area. If you're playing against this, you want to get a guy in the post-up area all the time. And a good press offense is always to have three near outlets and one man deep, okay? So if you have that, Brett, is that right? All right, so on offense, he would probably start going to the goal. All right, but we've got a guy deep right there too. All right, so now what you have is you have two double teamers, two interceptors, and a goaltender. So you're temporarily a zone press, okay? All right, now the pass goes out here to Trey, right? Didn't change your name? All right. Right now, this man's job is to contain. You cannot get beat. If you get beat after I shoot you, then we'll talk about it. Okay? You cannot get beat. It's contained. These two guys here, Julian, Alex, yeah, I knew you. Okay. They're going to sprint off back into the lane area, and this is where Coach Smith came up with the terminology scramble, because now we're scrambling around, all right, trying to decide who we're playing. So you've got to talk. If you're not a good communicating team defensively, you're not as good as you can be defensively. You have to be able to talk. All right, so these guys are sprinting back in here, okay? All right, now, why don't we make this simpler for everybody? Why don't the guys in the blue jerseys be on offense and the guys in the orange jerseys be on defense? You know, that's the reason they give us those daggum things, so, you know, it helps everybody out there. All right, now then, Brett, go back. Defense, what's your name? Josh, go back here on offense. All right, now then, There's another way you can do it. You have to decide how you want to do it. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 32. All right, we're going to have one here. Who do I have on the right? Two. Two here, three here, 4 deep, 5 up here a little bit. All right, now then, we're going to do the same defense. And you get to make your decision. And you can change. At the start of the season this year, when we ran 32, we ran from behind. Okay? If we wanted to run from behind, all right, Josh is dribbling the ball. Brett's got to do the same thing. He's got to make him go one way. Let's just walk across so you don't make a noise. Now, Boomy's got him going. Now you got to beat him. He's got to get over here and turn him. All right? Because we're going to run from behind. So come right here and we'll double. You've got to stop him right there and we'll run from behind. Now, interceptor, trays the goaltender. Okay? So if you wanted to run from behind, personally, I really liked it, except for the fact that we had 11 freshmen and sophomores, and they had a difficult time of getting into that spot. And so we went back late in the year and started running from the front. If you run from the front, as long as you get the primary open guy, the most obvious pass, you get that covered, you're okay. Okay? All right, now then, step on up a little bit more as interceptor. All right, now then, what we have here, come on in here in the post-up area again. If we get a good double team, these guys right here to get a good double team, and we work on this in pre-practice, they got to get hip to hip. All right, we don't foul a guy in a double team. If he hands us the ball, we take it, but we don't foul a guy in a double team. We hope we can get him to retreat. If he turns and pivots away from us, we do try to take up the space, pivot away. All right, we do try, now then he's in bad trouble. All right, we try to V the pivot foot if we can. All right, but we are going to stay tight because what's the offensive player taught to do is to fake up and split the double team, and then he's got some people behind him. So we work very hard on not fouling, don't reach unless he hands you the ball, mirror the ball. If he's got it up, your hands are up. If he brings it down, starts to look around you, you've got to do that, but we work in pre-practice. All right, now these two guys here, Julian, Alex is so screwed up, he forgets his name every time. All right, Alex and Julian right here, they're on a string because they're covering the here and here. Come in because he's looking this way. All right, Julian comes over here a little bit more. He pivots back. All right, Alex goes that way, Julian comes this way. They're on a string like a zone. They're playing this right here. All right, now let's say you throw the ball over there. All right, now Alex's job is what? To contain. All right, we sprint off, and now we scramble and we start talking and getting picked up. Okay? All right, so again, it's the same. You just have to make a decision whether you want to run from the front or you want to run from behind. It is not bad to run from behind. It is more of an element of surprise if this guard is pretty good at turning people. Now, if you've got a kid who's slow and the only way he can stay in front of him is stay 26 feet off of him, play zone first of all. But if you do want to play this, you ain't going to be able to turn him, so you might as well run from in front. He won't be double teamed because your guy will be 26 feet off, but maybe that other guy running and screaming at him will scare him a little bit. All right, but if you want to run from behind, I do think it's important to be able to have a guard there at front who can turn him for you. Okay, guys, just stay right there, but you can kneel down, sit down, or rest. All right, now let's look at 42. Tell you what, it's hard to get my line in there. 1, 2, 3, same spots just to make it easier to teach. All right, now 42 again is a double on the first pass. All right, go back, take the ball. All right, now then, Brett's got him right here, and he's going to guard him and never leave him if he dribbles the ball. If he dribbles the ball all the way to the corner, all the way to that corner, back here, all the way back to the corner, we're playing straight 22. All right, but what we're going to do, we don't want them to pass it across the 10-second line because you shouldn't allow your teams to catch long passes. That's the reason we say we're up the line a little bit in good initial position. We don't want him to catch that pass right there. We're a little closer to him here. All right, we're not saying we let them catch it. I'd rather be deny. But now if he does catch it, where does he have to go? All right, again, we'd rather him not catch a pass across. Brett, would keep him going. All right, but now if the pass, come up here, Julian. Now we have a double team right here. All right, now then Who's the most obvious person we have to cover? The guy who just passed it. So Alex may have to get all the way here. Trey's got to get up here into the double teamer spot. All right, what's your name? Andrew's got to be the goaltender. So now what it would look like right here, this pass went to the two-man. So X1 doubles with X2. X5 is right there, X4, X3. All right, because you got to have an interceptor, you got to have an interceptor, you got to have a goaltender. All right, so now then, what is the difference in this and 32? Nothing. It's temporarily a zone press. It's just a different way to get into it because now we doubled the first pass after they brought it across the 10-second line. Okay? Now we have that. Now pass it out, break out over here. All right, throw it here. Now stop just a second. We do like, if it's a short pass on the sideline, what can we do again? We could go double again. If it's not a short pass on the sideline, we do not get a second double team. All right, interceptor, come all the way across, interceptor. Now Alex is back as the goaltender. One other thing we do if we have a double team below the free throw line, instead of calling Alex a goaltender, we call him a flyer. All right, because it'd be awfully difficult to throw it over the double team, over this interceptor, over the basket, to worry about him over there. So we don't want to just waste Alex back here. Alex is flying around back here. He's trying to figure out what may happen. If he comes flying into the high post, Alex may take him. So if the double team is below the free throw line extended, we call him a flyer and he can move around and take some more chances. And again, the same thing. Defensively, double team, try to get hip to hip so he can't split. Try to make him go away from you. All right, make him pivot away. He's worried about you guys. Go to him, all right, take up space, and now you got him in trouble. Do not foul a guy in a double team. You got him in a bad spot, don't foul him. Don't try to steal the ball. If he hands it to you, take it. All right, now then, throw it back out here, contain, sprint off. All right, start talking. Trey may come back to this man, but Julian, come right here a second. Let's just say something happened. They were in here. Let's say Julian made a stab at his pass, so Julian gets out there. All right, Trey's running off here, and he may see go. He may come right here. He may say, Julian, stay, stay, stay. So he'd stay right there. All right, because it's momentarily a zone press, and then when it comes out, it's man-to-man, and we play like that. Okay? All right, so again, it's two ways to get into the same defense. 32 we call the double off the dribble. 42 we call it the double off the pass. And it's a way to have some fun, to have a chance to steal the basketball. And what do we not want to give up? I don't care if they get a wide open shot after one pass. I like that, as long as it's not a layup. All right, we don't want to give up a layup. If we give up a layup, then I'm over there looking at my assistants like, why in the dickens did you tell me to call that? All right, we don't like that. If they take an outside shot, that's one of the goals we had anyway, was speed up the tempo of the game. Now then, if the other team is 30 points better than I am, maybe I wouldn't play this. If I'm as good as they are, if I'm a little worse than they are, but they love to run set plays, then I think this is good to do. If I'm better than they are, of course it's good because it's going to create more possessions in the game. The shot's going to come up quicker. I tell you, in this area, for the old-timers, Coach Smith against Adolph Rupp at Kentucky, Coach Smith was like 9-3 or 10-3 against Kentucky's team when Coach Smith first started, when he didn't have the kind of material. And why was that is because that Coach Rupp's teams were very set offensively. You know, hit the guard, go around, hit the post, split the post. But they were very set with what they were trying to do. If there's someone in your league that is really good with the set offense, you may want to do something like this because the kids are not going to run their offense. We got a guy double team down in the corner. Coach can stand up and yell all he wants to, run the offense, run the offense. They are not going to do it because they're in a panic situation. They've just got to try to survive, all right? And then if you do sprint off, you haven't given up a layup. You've taken them out of their offense. You've had a chance to steal the ball and then see what happens. All right, now then, let's take the Blues back out. It's going to have the ball. All right, Julian, Trey, I'm sorry, son. Andrew, Alex, and Brett. Brent or Brett? Brett. All right, now then, let's just say, I'll tell you, this is how we work on it. And we're going to walk through it first so you'll be all right. Back here, I stand back here. behind this guy, and he can't look, and then I give the signal which defense I want. Sometimes I would just do this right here. That means we're playing straight 22, one hand up in the air. All right, so for us, but to get away the screen here so you guys can't see me, we make him start back here. I stand at the top of the circle, so it gives the offensive player a little bit of chance to get up ahead of steam to come up here to make it more difficult for Brett to do it, okay? All right, now then, let's just say come up here. All right, this time we're going to work 32. All right, 32, so we're going to double the first dribble across. You can go either way. Go either way. Oh, excuse me. Good question. Dang, you may be all right. Okay, we're going to go from in front this time. So, Julian, if he comes at you, Alex, if he comes at you, you're going to go double. Let's just say half speed, dribble across either side. Boom, double, double, good. 2 interceptors, goaltender, Andrew, that a boy. All right, so we're in the good spots right here. And we'll start it this way. All right, come back again. All right, now then, let's go this one this time. And see if he turns around and looks, you got to say, this is a pretty smart kid. He wants to know what the crap's happening to him. This one right here, go the other way. Okay, dribbling over here, good. There comes Alex, boom. Andrew's interceptor. All right, Trey, just make sure you cover the goal. You're the goaltender. Don't give up anything. Now, if they have a guy coming in the post-up area, start yelling at Julian, Andrew, guy in the middle, guy in the middle. And in this scenario here, Andrew would cheat a little bit more to this side. Julian would cheat a little bit more in the post-up area. If he pivots around, all right, starts going back, Julian comes this side, all right, Andrew comes back in the middle. And they've got to get a good double team on it. All right, now come back. All right, this time we're going to do 42. First, for this right here, just let him catch the pass. This is 42, okay, throw it, dribble across, throw it to either side. Boom, right there. Attaboy, Alex. That's the most difficult one. The guy farther away from the ball's got to go longer, but we've got to cover the most obvious pass. All right, Trey's interceptor, Andrew's a goaltender. All right, now come back. Same defense. All right, let's go pass to the other side this time. 42. Get closer, Alex. Good right there. All right, Julian, you can't slide like that because you got to make sure you cover that one first. And if I'm Julian, I know 42's the call. I see him dribbling away. I'm getting farther away my man. All right, and then as soon as that passes away, it's a sprint to take that away and then back off a little bit because you may have to help guard the post up too. Okay? All right, now come back. All right, now let's make it a little more difficult. Offensive guys, you can move around. We're still going half speed. Offensive guys start moving around right now. Hold up. Offensive guys move around right now. Attaboy. All right, go ahead. 32, 32, 32. Come on, Julia. Come on, Julia. Good time. All right, so Trey, you've got to be the interceptor. So when Julian left to be the double teamer, you've got to leave and come up and be the interceptor. All right, come on, let's do it again. All right, 32 again. Move around, Blues. Move around, 32. All right, good right there. Come on up. Ow, Andrew, time. All right, now then, that's one thing we can't do. All right, we say to Andrew, you got to leave the same time Alex does, but your job is to what? Contain. All right, Andrew goes running through, and everybody in the stands, and his mama said, God, doesn't he hustle? Shoot his butt, all right? You don't run through that. You just killed our defense. You made somebody in the stands say, why is that coach doing that stupid stuff, okay? All right, right here, Andrew's got to come up. Boy, I just missed it, but I got you, all right? He's got to contain right there because now if we have a double team over here and Andrew's running over here, so his mama and girlfriend is talking about how much he hustles. All right, look what we got behind us. We got 4 on 2. And they said, God, if they'd all hustle like Andrew, we'd be all right. Coach is over there ready to shoot his butt. All right, come on back out. Andrew, you all right, son? All right, now Blues are going to move around again. This is 42, 42. All right, let's go. First pass. Go get him. Go. Attaboy, Andrew, time. Good, time. Damn, it's not football. I said time. That means stop in basketball. All right, come back again here. Do exactly what we did. We threw it right there. Good. Andrew, wasn't it you? It was him. Yeah, God, son, I'm bragging on you now. Andrew hustled his tail right here. That was fantastic. Now then he throws it right there. Julian did a great job and goes double. Interceptor. Andrew, what are you? Floater, that's good. I'll take floater. It starts with F. Flyer. Okay, that's good. All right. He got it down in there. He's listening. All right, that's good. Now then, throw it out anywhere. All right, now we got to talk. Somebody get a man. Okay, that's good. Come on back, do it again. 42 again. 42. Move some, Blues. Move some. All right. Oh, don't let him get it now. Don't let him get it. He's picked it. Come on, come on, come on. Right there, time. And then you could go double again because it stays on the sideline. Now, if he goes over there and picks his dribble up, don't let him catch the ball, and you got dribble used. He's 28 feet from the basket. Okay? All right, now, offensively, let's speed up just a little bit. All right, but I'm not going to tell you what the defense is. All right? Now, again, this is 22. This is 32, and we'll go from front just to make it a little simpler. And this is 42, okay? Andrew, you got that? You want me to go through it again? All right, let's go this one right here. Let's go this one right here. Go. All right, now don't let it get you. Andrew. Time, attaboy. Andrew, your mama bragged on you 3 times, though, right there, son. All right, bring it back here. Hey, but I tell you what, Andrew, as hard as you're trying, you get this, son, you're going to be all right. It may take us to January, but you get it. We're going to be all right. All right, now that was straight 22. What were you thinking when you came across? He was a little cautious. He didn't know if they were going to double team, and he threw it there, and he was a little cautious about going away because he didn't know if they were going to double team him. So you've gained something right there. All right, let's play this one right here. We're not, what's your name again?
Josh.
Josh, I thought that's what it was. Right here, right here. Come on, Blue, move now. Move around, move around. Good, go, go, go. That's good. All right, get a man, Brett. All right, good, Julian. Pick a man. Talk, talk. Good, good, good. Good, you're all right. That's pretty good. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Try not to let them split the double team, okay? And then once they break it, just talk and get everybody picked up, and you did a good job. All right, now let's change it and do this one right here. All right, let's go. Move a little, Blue. Move a little. All right, good right there. Ooh. Good, good. Get the ball stopped. Get the ball stopped. All right, time. All right, now then, once you get the ball stopped, what defense we in is our 22. So if he picks it up over here, we would deny and not try to let him change. Try and make sure it's difficult for him to change sides of the floor. Okay? All right, let's go back here again. All right, last time, and then we'll add something else. All right, right here, this one. Right here. Let's go. Go on, Julian. Come on, Julian. All right, double that if you want to. All right, now you got to sprint off. Good job. All right, now, their coach did not design that to throw it in there and let the man dribble the ball off his leg. All right, so again, it's not what they were comfortable doing. So this is 32, and this is 42, and then our straight half-court man-to-man is 22, okay? All right, now then, orange ball, blues ball right here, out of bounds. Okay? Now for us, what we do is we're going to play, it should be called either, and again, folks, I'm a copier. There's very, very few things that I've done in basketball where I'm innovative. Coach Smith was an innovator. I just copy things. But when I was coaching for him, we called it both. And that meant we were going to play both 32 and 42, which really you can't play both at the same time. It should be either, okay? But I never told Coach Smith that, okay? Both sounds good to me, Coach, okay? So this is what we do. We signal it from a sideline. We're going to play both, okay? So the guy's guarding Josh right here. Who's guarding Josh? All right, Brent, come back here. Stand right inside the 3-second lane. He's not going to give up a layup. So if he sees any lob, he's got to be able to get to the basket, not give up a layup. Everybody else is playing 24 defense. 20 is straight man-to-man. 4 means not letting them get it in bounds. Second digit, okay? So everybody's denying, all right? But somebody on the blue break through and get the ball. All right, just step out and get right there. Julian fell asleep, okay? His man got the ball. Now, Brett, come out, okay? Now what you're doing is you ask yourself a question. What does he do? If he dribbles it, either way, all right, we're playing 32. All right, remember I said either, but Coach Smith said both, so I say both, okay? Because if he dribbles or passes, we're going to get a double team right here. So he dribbled, all right, so Brett went at him right here, interceptor, interceptor, Andrew's a goaltender, okay? All right, now go back. Just give him the ball. Excuse me. All right, now he got it, and you're defensively, all right, Brett's denying, all right, Alex is denying, and now you're asking, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? Let's just say step out. Alex's man catches the ball. All right, Julian, what do? Go double. all right, because it's 42. We can play either one of them out of bounds. We don't want to let them get it in, but if they do get it in, then we're going to play either one that they allow us to play. If they dribble it, we'll make it a double team there. If they pass it, we'll make it a double team there. All right, Blues ball out of bounds right here. And Blues just do anything. Orange, try not to let them get the ball. Try not to let them get the ball. All right, play. Good, good. All right, got to come to it. Got to come to it. Good. Now, what does he do? All right, double go, Andrew. Good, good job. All right, now then, man caught it right here, threw it to Andrew's man. Andrew's going to go double. Excuse me, Andrew's man had the ball and passed it. We're going to go double right there. Let's do it again. I got it. That's pretty good switching. You know, and one thing, guys, we don't mind switching when the ball's out of bounds, but I do believe if you're going to switch, you ought to be able to take something away. So if I'm like Julian's spot right there defensively, and I see Alex's man coming open, I'm going to yell switch, and I'm not going to let him get it. I'm not going to yell switch and then stand there and let him catch the ball. So we don't mind switches when it's out of bounds, but if you switch, you ought to make darn sure he doesn't catch the ball. Okay. All right, ready, guys? Play. Good, good. All right, play him. What does he do? Come on, Andrew! Come on, Andrew! Bring it back here, bring it back here. All right, you watch Andrew this time. He won't screw it up this time. You know something, at a press conference one night, they asked me about our defense, and I said, there's a reason they don't give coaches guns, okay? Andrew, you don't know me. I may have one, okay? When that guy gets it, he starts dribbling it there. If you don't go up, I'm going to shoot your butt, okay? All right, we ready? Play. Good, good. All right, what does he do? What does he do? All right, come on, Alex. Good, good. Attaboy, Andrew. Good, good. All right, now talk. Good, good. Get a man. Time. All right. So what you've done is you had a chance. Good, that a way to come up. You had a chance to steal the basketball, and now they're not running any plays. So out of bounds, sideline, you can do that, and we call it both. All right, and that's the way, if you see me up on the sideline during a game, I'm going like this. I'm not waving at my wife. I'm saying we're running both. She wouldn't wave back anyway. Okay. All right, now then, does anybody want to see this against a certain alignment? Anybody? 2-1-2, 2 guard front. Okay, Josh, come over here. What's your name, son? Scott. I should remember that. That's my son's name. All right, in the back court, coach, okay? Okay. All right, now then, go ahead and pick up there, Alex. One time a coach asked me, and I asked Coach Smith about it, and it's funny what answers were the same, because they said, Coach, I don't really have a real good point guard. You know, he's just mediocre. He said, do you think I'd be better off offensively running a 2-guard front? And my statement back was, I'd rather have one mediocre guy in charge instead of 2 mediocre guys, and neither one of them wanting to be in charge. Okay, so we do go a 1-guard front, but you play some NBA guys, a lot of them right now. I watched the first 5 or 6 minutes. Jason Kidd and Vince Carter, they took turns bringing it up. So let's say it is a 2-guard front. Let's say, do you want either one, coach, or let me show you both of them? All right, let's say, I'm glad you didn't say both, would have taken it out of bounds. Okay, 32. All right, Brett's got him right here. All right, now then. All right, now, 32. This is on the dribble. Dribble either way. Either side you want to. All right, Trey's got to come. Boom. Come on, Trey. That's the double. Julian's got to be the interceptor right here. Alex stays there. Andrew's at the goal. All right, now come back. Now dribble across to the inside. All right, he dribbles inside. Here comes Alex, double. Andrew's got to fire up. All right, now then, back up just a little bit. All right, now Andrew and Julian should talk. All right, in that scenario, if Julian's man started over there a little bit and then came to this side, Julian said, I got it. And then what would you be, Andrew? Goaltender, attaboy. Okay, so Julian would come over here. And now, Trey, what would you do first? Cover the post-up area most. Attaboy, good. All right, let's go back and do that same thing right there and watch how they fall into the spots. Come dribble this side. Good. Time. All right, now then, let's just say as he's dribbling over, get back in the back court. As he's dribbling over, Andrew's man's coming up. All right, he's coming up. All right, now then come right here. All right, Alex goes. All right, now then Julian and Trey have got to talk. Now, who's the closest to the interceptor spot right around in there? Julian, who's the closest to the goal? Trey, so Trey gets that one back there. Okay? All right, now the two-guard front, let's pass it this time. Matter of fact, let's just really screw them up. Dribble it almost there, throw it there, and then, Scott, you pass it to somebody. Okay, he's dribbling. We're still man-to-man, straight man-to-man. Throw it to guard. Come on up, throw it to somebody. Go right there. Good, good. Now then, time. Give the ball back to him right there. I don't mind that pass as he's throwing it across through there. Whose fault is it? The double teamers. Don't make a friendly double team. We say don't make a friendly box out. You talk about that with your team, it helps. It's not friendly, all right? In a double team, it is not friendly. He cannot be comfortable. If he stands back there and just looks and picks you apart, you got to go after him even harder, all right? But if he does, let's say he throws it all the way across court like he did, all right? Right there, Julian comes at him. What's your job?
Call that ball.
Call that ball, and you said it the first time, though. Contain. All right, he's going to contain. He is not going to be beaten. If he needs to give him more room, give him a little bit more. But he's trying to buy time for his teammates to get back in the lane area. Now then, they can say, well, gosh, that cross-court pass, I don't know who's going to get him. The closest guy. And then understand defensively, this is not a democracy. Okay? If that guy says ball, 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 okay, or Josh, or I got 22, there's no freaking debate. He's got him. And if he makes a mistake, then we can calm that. But it's not three guys trying to think they've got the ball. The first guy that calls the ball, first guy that says I've got 22, it is a dictatorship. He rules everything, okay? And so now the guys are back in the lane. Now we're going to pick up and see what's going on, okay? Do you want to see it live one time with the two-guard front? Okay, come on back. All right, both the guards look forward and close your eyes or whatever. Don't look at me. All right, let's play this one right here, Orange. All right, let's go. All right, you're all right, you're all right. All right, go now, good, Alex, go, get him. Atta boy, good job, good job. Now, one thing we would do in a two-guard front, and one thing don't ever let teams make long passes against you. If this is the defense call, that's the defense call, give the ball back over here. All right, and Alex is guarding Scott over here. He wouldn't allow him to make that long pass. Now, the closer he gets to the goal, I got to give a little more room, because one thing is line of ball. The ball's right there, and it's an imaginary line from sideline to sideline. I can be close to or below the line of ball. If he dribbles across and Scott, for some reason, stays here in the backcourt, I'm not going to be back here. I'm not close to or below the line of ball. I've got to be back in here. Just like, Scott, come get the ball right here. Regardless of what defense I'm in, 22, 32, or 42, just get a man right now. Let's say 22, okay? If he's dribbling and we're a pressure man-to-man team, stay all the way up to top. I'm not going to ask Brent to stay there and deny. He's got to get close to or below the line of ball, because if you have to make a decision between denying that pass or supporting on the drive, we'll always support on the drive. But most teams aren't going to have a guy dribbling down and have a guy standing back out here. If they do, they're still not running their offense against you, okay? All right, bring it back. Let's do one more with a two-guard front. All right, let's do this one right here. This one right here. You're all right, Josh. Let's go. Good, right there, right there. Talk. Good, good. Get it under control. Good, get it under control. Good. Good. That would get that a boy, my gosh. That a boy. Damn, yeah, you hit on your elbow. Little strawberries. Right. Dang. You got a girlfriend? Just tell her what you did. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. Give those guys a hand. That a boy. All right, Alex, did you trip or did you really dive for it? I was diving. That a boy. When I ask my guys that, they always say, Coach, I was diving. Okay. All right, anybody else want to see anything different right there? Yes, Coach.
1-3-1 set. So you're running a 42.
Okay. Offense getting a 1-3-1 set.
The baseline man on the 1-3-1 drops to the corner. What's your rotation and what's your intercept?
All right, let's do this. Take it right there. Start on this block right here. All right, now then, against 32, Coach? 42, okay. All right, let's see, he's already across. He hasn't made a pass yet, so we're still in 22. All right, now then, if he makes the pass right there, same time you cut to the corner. Boom, here we go, double, right there. Good, Andrew, and then you back up. That was perfect right there. This guy here would go ahead and play the interceptor spot. Andrew talks to Alex, moves him up. Andrew moves back. Is that the one you're talking about, Coach? Okay. Now then, and the good thing is, in a 1-3-1 set, it's really good because if he does make that pass, boom, here comes Julian. Stay, move over. No, stay up there, Alex. All right, Alex was back here, okay? He was an interceptor, and he sees that pass. Now he knows that Andrew is going to move from the goaltender to the interceptor spot. He sees two guys in front of him, two guys double teaming. So now Andrew is what, Andrew? Alex, what are you? Flyer back here. Okay, so Coach, if it's against a 1-3-1, some teams that I've had that we even encourage that pass to the corner and then we go double it again because it's really difficult then the way they're set up, it's easier for us. Okay, anybody else have a question or against an alignment you want to see? Yes, Coach. Good question. Two guard front again, one guy at the high post. All right, one thing we do, in 42 at any time or both, okay, a sideline OB, we try to eliminate the pass to the middle of the court because it is more difficult. But if they do make it, we still have to go double. So what we would do, Julian is not going to let this pass go here. But let's say he tripped or the guy pushed him off, okay? All right, we throw it here. All right, come on. We double right there. Now, Alex has got to get back line of ball. All right, move up Trey because in that area, and then Andrew's got the goal. So we'd rather it not go here, but if it does, we have to play it. Let's just say that Josh take it back again. All right, dribble it all the way up here. 42 is still the call, this right here. Dribble it all the way up. Stay right there in the post. All right, now then, you act like you're going to beat him. Julian gets off a little bit. Now throw it to the middle guy. All right, boom. Now you got to go. Move up, goaltender. So it's still the same thing as it would be if it's out there, but it is more difficult if you let a guy come across here and throw the ball into the middle of the court, but you still have to do it. And again, we say we don't want that pass to go there, but if it does go there, we'll still go ahead and double. Did that answer your question, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else have any different alignments you want to look at? Let me do one more quickly, and let's line up in a 1-4. Josh, take. Two guards, two post players at the elbow. Come on in here at the elbow. Okay. Step up. All right, against a 1-4, some teams like to do this. If it's 32, it's pretty easy. Okay. Dribble over, here comes Julian. Trey, Andrew drop back, Alex come over and play that. Why do we want the post guy to drop? Because most of the time he's a bigger guy. Okay, so we'll let him drop back. But the other thing is, he's in the position here. We didn't want him to get the ball. As soon as he started dribbling, Alex started coming this way anyway. When he starts dribbling and I see that, my natural move is here. All right, so I just go ahead and back up. All right, now let's say it's 42. All right, go back. 1-4 lineman on 42. Okay, go ahead, bring it across. Throw it. Go double. Now then, it should be Alex right there because, again, they're playing. We're just like that. Now come back again. 1-4 front. A 1-4 lineman. All right, now then, any kind that he starts, step up, go back door. The weak side post is always the help in a back door on a 1-4 cut. Okay, out of a 1-4 alignment, if they cut back door, the weak side post is always the first help. He may not get there, but if he does get there, he can usually get there with more when he gets there because, again, he's probably a big guy. All right, let's give these guys a hand. Nice job, guys.